Hey guys, so today we'll be ranking every single stand in YBA from worst to best on this tier list. Now, I know I should have made this like a very long time ago, maybe like lots of months ago, when this was maybe like still kind of relevant or I guess fresh, because I'm pretty sure everybody already knows the meta by now. It's been very long. YBA hasn't updated in a very long time, but I'm just gonna make a video on this. I also post my tier lists regularly every time there's like new balance changes into my Discord, so go join my Discord, join the gang passwords in there. But I also want to say that this is all based off of my own opinion, my experience fighting the stand, my experience playing the stand. You get it in ranked, of course, like not against some, like not in main game against some noobs, you know what I mean, like in ranked 1v1s, in a actual 1v1, how good this stand is in terms of running, destructive power, passive abilities, etc. You know, all of this. If you disagree with my opinions, I just want to say that you can leave your own opinion in the comments. I'm obviously not influenced by anything. It's just my opinion. I don't really care what anybody says, but if you have your own opinion, you can leave it in the comments. I'm gonna explain my choices as well, to the best of my ability. And yeah, I say we begin with the D tier. So let me explain the tiers first. So S tier, best of the best. A tier, very good, usable as well. B tier is just mid. I don't have F tier because I don't want to make this a little bit too complicated. I'm used to this format. C tier is like below average, not very good. D tier, never use it in any case, or I guess in very certain situations it's usable. So those are the tiers. And yeah, let's begin with the worst of the worst. I think it's safe to say, Mr. President, worst stand in the game, unless you're bug abusing with a certain combination or certain combination. I'm obviously not gonna tell you how to bug abuse on this. This is bottom of the barrel. It is absolutely unusable joke stand. Why would you even use this? Next up is Six Pistols. Obviously, it's not in an order. I was actually debating whether or not I should put this into C tier, and then maybe instead put D4C here and this here. But I think I'm gonna keep it at the worst, at D tier, because Six Pistols is obviously a very ping reliant stand, and it only works in very few specs, like a spin, maybe even vamp, not really too consistent, but box obviously works, but then everything else is just irrelevant. It is standard meant for running. You can't really, like, it's the running factor is the only thing that is kind of saving it, but in a 1v1 situation you're just gonna get rolled. Maybe in Gang Wars it's good. Yeah, in Gang Wars it's a very good support stand. Anyways, D4C, in my Discord tier list I have it on C tier, but you know what, this stand is just absolute garbage. You should just use D4C Love Train. There is no reason to use this stand. Look, the trade-off is that you get a chop move, but you don't have the victim clone, and then you have the clone summon move, which is also absolutely useless. It used to be good, but now that you can't even like bloodsuck your own clones, then it's so useless. You just use anything else. The chop is not even worth it, and you have higher destructive power with Love Train anyways. Okay, next stand, we're gonna be putting Hierophant Green. Absolute trash ever since Paragons. So cold. Rehaul, bro. Nobody needed that. Now that you don't even have a barrage on this, it's basically like one of those troll stands that you could use in Gang Wars maybe, or something like that. I don't know. When I used it in 1v1s, it was torture, bro. You don't have a barrage. If I think what this stand needs is to get its normal barrage back, and then maybe make Emerald Splash like last much longer, and I think then we're good. Plus some other balancing. But yeah, I'm not gonna break it down completely. What each one of these stands need is just a tier list. So yeah, garbage, don't use it. Next F tier stand, Purple Haze. You can deal pretty heavy damage if you land a combo, like let's say you're using Caesar Hamon, which I used. You hit all of your combo extenders, and then like your poison move, like your ball breaker, ground punch, your spec stun moves, then you can deal some good damage. But are you ever going to get the chance to do that? Because you'll die quicker than you'll ever get to use a single move, I'm not gonna lie. Your moves have such long cooldowns. Ever since they nerfed cooldowns on Purple Haze, it killed the stat. I think if the cooldowns were better, maybe it would be semi-usable, since it's pretty hard to react to Bulb Throw, and it has pretty good stun. And Ball Breaker Ground Punch is much worse compared to what it once was, but it also deals some pretty heavy damage. But it is just never good. Even in Gang Wars, it's decent collateral damage, but bro, you're just gonna end up killing your teammates. Just don't use it in PvP. You'll just struggle to get damage. Also, you have a move that you're obligated to get that does nothing, that is useless. The rage mode is good though. Anyways, let's continue. I say with the C tier. This should be all of the D tier stands so far. Let's continue with the C tier. So now Crazy Diamond. I use C. I know I put it into F tier on my other tier list, but I think just simply because it has a block break and because it has pretty good destructive power, a little bit of an advantage over all of these stands. You also have a counter, which is not too good, but I know that Crazy Diamond used to be much better back in the day. If anyone remembers, it used to have 3 other moves. I'm not gonna get into detail, but yeah, destructive power saves it from being absolute F tier, and you're just kind of forced to use a spec with a block break that is good, like boxing. Yeah, I don't really like Crazy Diamond. It can be decent. Anyways, next stance, here we go. So I think we can put Killer Queen into C tier as well, and Bites the Dust as well. There's I don't think there should be even a debate over this. Both of them suck. Like, I think Killer Queen Bites the Dust is better. I did manage to dominate rank on like Diamond Elo with Killer Queen Bites the Dust box, and from my experience, I did manage to destroy GR box macro awakening heal users that were running for 10 minutes straight. I did manage to beat so many people, but it just lags so much. It is so hard to play it. It is very annoying to fight, since you can like zone your opponents infinitely with your bombs, but it's just not good in PvP in my opinion. I think your ultimate Bites the Dust is also absolute trash. It's useless. I think they're like, if only like, if just the range of it was longer, if they just kept the range, like the radius, the same, then I think this move would be valid. But it is just impossible to ever hit. You can't even confirm it off of ragdolls anymore, and gets cancelled by everything. You can just simply dash out of it, and then you're good. And even if you hit it, it still has an insane cooldown. It does deal good damage, and it also heals you, but not special. And for Killer Queen, you have Sheer Heart Attack, which is definitely much more useful than Bites the Dust, and Impale, which is also a very good move. But I'm not really sure what the moveset is. I'm pretty sure it doesn't have Scattered Coin Bombs. Correct me if I'm wrong. And I think also because Bites the Dust has Bubble Bomb, it's so much better in every way. But yeah, 2 very bad stands that only sometimes work. They're you can call them gimmick stands. Next one, hot take, White Album. White Album has been struggling. Maybe not like in main game SBR, but in 1v1s, it is just so fucking hard to play this stand. It is just an uphill battle if you're fighting like some TWO box that is constantly running, has time stop, although most people don't even buy time stop, me included. I really think it's a waste of skill points, and I'm better off without it. There's just so much shit that counters White Album, just simply blocking and using your M1s. Of course, you can run cancer builds like White Album Vamp that can be absolute noob stompers, but people don't know how to counter it. Like, for example, every time I verse White Album, or you see White Album in my videos, they get absolutely annihilated. They can't do shit. They use ice sweeps. I block them. Then they get an absolute insane counter combo to the face. They try to use ice swipe. They get parried. They try to like dash around with ice skating, try to, like, I don't know, confuse me. It does nothing, bro. Gently weeps, useless. They should just make it at least 20, like 15 seconds long, okay? 18 seconds. Can we just settle for that? Like, flash freeze is your only way of consistently getting damage, which is not really that consistent. It's a pretty long cooldown. But yeah, your moveset is just absolute trash. It's like, think White Album just gets carried by the passives that it has, and you can deal some heavy damage if you hit your moves somehow. I don't know, but yeah, it's not good stance. I know that many people say that it's an S tier stand, A tier stand, best for PvP, uncounterable, but those same people probably only reached like silver rank. So I just don't listen to those people. My tier list, I put Soft and Wet Go Beyond into B tier, but I think if I put it into B tier, it deserves like bottom B tier. Both of them are pretty bad in PvP, in my opinion. So just for this tier list, obviously this is I guess a pretty hot take. We like, if you have any ideas in the comments, maybe it's better. I don't know, because I did not really play this stand that much, didn't really test it in PvP, but yeah, I think both of them just lack a lot. They're really lackluster. Like, with Soft and Wet, I think this stand takes a shit ton of skill to play. Like, you have a heal, which is good. You have a kick barrage that is cancelable, which is decent. You have a block break that stuns your opponents for like 2 seconds when maxed, maybe even 2.5. You have a projectile move which has a pretty long lingering hitbox, which can catch people off guard. It definitely has caught me off guard. And then you have a zoning move, like the bubble barrier move. But like, it all sounds good. The moveset sounds balanced. It sounds good, decent, something like B tier. But the issue is, with the insane amount of passive players in 1v1s, you're just gonna get stomped. You just have to be in close range to your opponents 24/7 to be able to pull off some sort of combos. There are a bunch of gimmicks with it. I know, like Caesar Hamon, you can like get your bubble lenses off easily from one bubble prison, but that's really it. I don't think it offers much in PvP. If anyone's using like SP box, they're just gonna wait for you to like shit out all of your moves, and then they're just gonna easily punish you, they catch you off guard. So, and I think the same goes for Go Beyond. The only exception is, which I would put it into B tier for, is if you're using spin. The zoning is absolutely insane. With your Go Beyond, I think Go Beyond is so much worse than it used to be. You also have this AoE move that is like blockable and ragdolls your opponents. It's also top 10 worst moves in YBA. Then you have the same bubble prison that that doesn't even stun your opponent, so you get basically punished for landing it. And then you have the same projectile move and the same barrier move. So I think they're basically just on par. This stand is better for combos, this stand is better for zoning and passive play and to just deal heavy damage. So they're both pretty bad in my opinion. They don't have much to offer in PvP. I saw a guy saying Soft and Wet Go Beyond, or Soft and Wet something Vamp is the best stand in YBA history. It's obviously clickbait. It is not, guys. I repeat, this is the most real tier list you will see on the internet. People always just make up these crazy titles, or just from their own experience where they lost to something. They always say it's like the best stand ever. It's not. You gotta look at it from a different angle. Anyways, enough of that. Let's continue with the next stand. So, as the last C tier stand, which could have very well been D tier, is Tusk Out 4. I chose Tusk Out 4. Every move is blockable, but you do have some pretty decent damage output, like the biggest noob stomper in the whole game. I really don't understand why people even bother to obtain Tusk Out 4. It is so useless. Like, Every time I see a Tuscan 4 in 1v1s, I always just love to troll them. Every time it ends in the rage quit. Every time they rage quit because I just hold block, then they start crying about me playing passive, and then they just leave. This is just the average Tuscan 4 playstyle. When every move is blockable, how are you supposed to do anything? How? And it doesn't even take that much skill to play. So yeah, it's just not good. Anyways, next stance. So I say we just move on to the next tier. This is everything for C tier. I think let's start off with the hand in B tier. So I found out. I'm gonna spill some secrets here. That Barrage actually confirms Erasure, and that made me realize how OP the stand is. You have two buttons that eliminate half of your health, although it's kind of the same situation as with Soft and Wet, because you have to always be in close quarters. That's the only thing like really stopping this stand. I would honestly put it into C tier, but I think it's decent because Erasure comes out so quick, and I'm pretty sure second Erasure can't even be punished because it's blockable. And first Erasure as well, it also comes out so quick, even though it's parryable. Sometimes people just preemptively block, but then just get blocked by pass for no reason. And I think this stand, most of the time, it really lacks. You have Erasure Accelerate as well, which is glitchy, and I don't recommend you use it. And then you have the fucking biggest troll move of the century, the Erasure pull that punishes you for landing it. It has so much end lag that even though if you hit it, you won't be able to confirm anything off of it. You'll be just standing still, just stunned there yourself. And if they block it, God forbid they block that shit, then you're just dead. Move is trash, and that's what's stopping the stand. So yeah, anyways, B tier I think is fair. You can make it work, definitely. Anyways, RCP, B tier, not much to say. It is very annoying to fight, but bro, it's just no matter how many gimmicks they pull off, no matter how many dashes they do, no matter how much camera flicking they do, you can still you can block. By the way, if you didn't know, you can block the AoE stun move, like the electric flash. You can actually block and then only receive a block break move. It is actually just it is I won't say it's bad. It's just in the middle. It's just balance, whatever. Anyways, you can make it work. Next stand, I think we can go with the world. Just want to say the world spin is probably the best build for it. When I played it, it felt pretty decent. The first time I played the world rehaul, it felt like hell. So this stand has many flaws, like your knives having no stun, stomp sign being useless because of a glitch, your road roller being gate kept by the awakening that you'll never obtain in a single game, although road roller is pretty good now, your kick barrage having a shit ton of wind up, therefore it has longer range, and yeah. Also Shine, the Skull Crusher move, I think it's a good move. I think the block bypass move actually kind of carries the moveset of the world. People say it's bad because you can parry it, but do you know how quick that shit comes out? You can do, and it is also uncancelable. Compared to SPTV, it's actually uncancelable. If you're in a one trade, you're throwing them once at each other, and then you just use this shit. They just don't expect it, bro. So I think the move is actually pretty good, and I think this stand overall is decent. It is nothing special. It is not bad, not good. It's just in the middle. Also, time stop, I don't even want to talk about it. I just don't like getting time stop. Alright, Silver Chariots. I thought this stand was F tier. Nope, it's overpowered in my opinion. No, I'm joking. It's not overpowered. It's good. It's a very good stand right now. It needs a rework. It really needs one. You have the AoE moves that deals 40 damage, has an 8-second cooldown, comes out instantly. You have million pricks, or 10 pricks as we like to call it. It is a bad move, but I guess you can't get any one-shot combos anymore on Silver Chariot. Pretty sad. At least you can confirm moves like Space Ripper off of it. SC Vamp is a crazy good combo. because you can confirm the very long wind-up move. Like it's probably million pricks is like the only move that can confirm your Space Ripper in the game, and it's very good. Then you have the Awakening, which is decent, and then you have the Projectile, which is also pretty good, even though it's blockable. Yeah, not much to say. Let's move on to the next B tier stand. Magician's Red, very good for combos. I loved playing it. It is one of my main stands, like one of my other main stands that you don't see too often. I think it's very good. I love the red bind cycle. I love the crossfire hurricane cycle, bro. You just spam that shit every 10 seconds or so and you just get damage. So I think the stand is honestly very good and maybe even a little bit broken, although still not enough for A tier. And the same goes for Whitesnake. It is very annoying to fight. I think it's so no skill. It is really no skill. It's a no skill stand. I don't know why Poison Spew has a 20-second cooldown and it lasts like 15 seconds. And it's just it is so overpowered. It has so much stun. Your gun, your burst fire also has a crazy amount of stun. It's also uncancelable and a block break. Just overall, the moveset is very good. You also have Pilot for zoning and catching up your opponents with like zero risk. It is a very good stand. I think it's very well deserved B tier. So now Stone Free, it takes quite some skill to play. It is pretty good. See, like it all goes for B tier. Like everything in B tier is like good, but it is not like overpowered. It is just good. It's mid. You know, it is mid for me. B tier is mid, and I think it has overall a solid moveset. It has some pretty good combos with the ragdoll. Like when you ragdoll your opponents, you just pull them towards you, put down the barrier, get a free barrage. It is a good stand. Same goes for GE, although it is very bipolar in my opinion. You can either get a one-shot combo off of one singular move, or you just will never get it the whole game, and that's why I think it deserves B tier. It's either like S tier or F tier. Because so basically Frog Punch is honestly very hard to parry. If you're struggling to parry it, then you're not the only one. I think it's a very broken move. The only weakness is runners, you have to be in close quarters as well, like same as the hand, soft and wet. So you're noticing a theme. Like this whole tier list is based off how well you can catch runners and beat runners in a way, because runners are the biggest problem of YBA, like passive play and shit. And you have like your own passive abilities, like the heal, you have the tree, you have the kick barrage to zone your opponents, you have like you can just wait for your cooldowns. And I think the stand is like you have to like react to the things that your opponent does. If they want to go for M1 trades, then you go for M1 trades and try to sneak in the Frog Punch to get the one-shot combo, or like the 80% combo. If they're running, there's not really much you can do. You're just gonna it's just gonna be you're just gonna be like a cat running after a mouse for like 10 minutes. So yeah, that's the issue with this stand. So that's why I think it deserves B tier. You just have to play very carefully against it. And lastly, for B tier, we also have Aerosmith. It is very annoying to fight, don't get me wrong. I think it is a very annoying stand to fight, but I don't think it is that good. Like in Gang Wars, it's obviously S tier. In 1v1s, it's not. Like you're like this very cheesy move that you have is Propeller Charge, and in general the cheese is that people can't see your wind-ups because there is no sound effect, there is no indicator. Your wind-up looks exactly like your block, so you can easily mistake it, and it's just pure spam. If your opponents run from you, then you just catch up to them with your pilot. Propeller Charge, freest block break in the whole game. Volley Barrage, incredibly annoying. Not much to say. Anyways, let's move on to the A tier, to the good stands that you can use in 1v1s ranks, because all of the below here, they are like gimmicky. They are usable, but not 100% of the time. Now we have stands that are like usable 80% of the time, I would say, or even more, that are actually solid. They're very good. Let's start with a hot take, Cream. I know people say it's F tier, but this stand, genuinely, if you know how to play it, like I know how to play this stand, and I know what it is capable of. You basically are the king of M1 trades. You're the king of running, you're the king of zoning, you're the king of like catching your opponents off guard. Void Surprise is overpowered, okay? It has an insanely glitchy hitbox, and it can hit you from miles away. Then the Dark Space move, it is so hard to react to it because it comes out almost instantly. You have Devastation that you can actually aim during the windup for some reason, and that has a very insanely large buggy hitbox, whatever you want to call it. It's the hitbox just doesn't align with the animation itself. So it's very weird. It's also a block break, and it also deals good damage and removes limbs, basically every move on this stand. You have Dimension Dip, which is good for running. You have Madness Sorrow, which is very RNG based, but if you use it on Ragdoll when your opponents, or like on stand up, when your opponents are standing up, then you can easily like sneak in 1 or 2 hits for free with it. I don't really like that move because it is, if you miss it, then it can be punished very easily because of the Void Stamina, or cancelled as well because it has a longer windup. But yeah, this stand is very good. Give it a try. It's such a good stand for noobs. It is such a good stand for basically everything. Next up, Anubis, a stand that I say is absolute F tier, but bro, I can't do my boy dirty like this. I just love Anubis, and I know the potential of it. I know how you can abuse the M1s. I know how you can abuse your counter and your iframes, and I think it is very weak right now. Like, it's not in its best state. I mean, not S tier after all. But if honestly, I managed to push to almost diamond with it, so I think it is very good. I think the stand is A tier, maybe like bottom A tier, A minus. Not everyone can use it. It's not a stand for everyone. There's always going to be people crying about how weak it is, but I think in reality it takes lots of skill. It is underpowered. It did receive too many nerfs, but it's getting buff next Saturday, and I think it's going to be S tier with the new pluck as well. So yeah, this is a good stand. It is a high skill stand, so yeah, you pay attention to that before using it. Those are like the terms of and conditions of it. Next up we have Love Train. I think this stand is maybe, I don't know if it's maybe worse. You have Love Train, which lasts like 10 seconds and you can actually just pose during it. It has a short cooldown. You have your Victim Clone. You have like the other Summon Clone move, which is pretty useless. Victim Clone is pretty good. You have Revolver. You have very high destructive power, and this stand can definitely be a threat. So I think it is a well-deserved A tier, not S tier, just how it used to be. Maybe even B plus. I'm not sure. It like, if you, again, if you have any other idea suggestions, let me know in the comments. Next up, Sticky Fingers, also insanely good for zoning. It is pretty hard to react to moves like Zipper Pull. It comes out basically instantly, especially when you have bad ping, you can't react to it. Zipper Pull, which is very glitchy, but it is so annoying. So you basically, in theory, if somebody plays this stat well, you can't approach it, and I think it is good. And next update, it's going to be even better. Or maybe it's going to stay the same, God knows, because they're planning buffs and nerfs for it. Maybe it's even B plus. But in my opinion, from my own experience, it's very good. I am the king. I am the king of Sticky Finger Speckless, and if I can make that work, then you can make it work with anything else. So it's a deserved A tier. Alright, so Hermit Purple, most annoying stand on planet Earth, bro. It is just such a no skill stand for runners, for passive play, for move stacking, bro. I think this is the stand that can beat anything in the game when played correctly, and which is basically unbeatable if somebody knows how to use it. Like, the fact that you can use Grapple, Scarlet Overdrive, and then Vine Trap all together is crazy. The move stacking is insane. It's just a lose-lose situation for your opponent every time. If they like block the Scarlet Overdrive, they're gonna get block broken and get hit by the Vine Trap. If they decide to get hit by it, or if your opponent misses it, then they will still receive the vine trap at the end because they forget about it, or it's impossible. I don't think it's humanly possible to block that many times in like 2 seconds. Maybe if you have good ping and they have bad ping. It is so annoying to fight this stand, and we haven't even scratched the surface, bro. I hate this stand so much. Yeah, let's move on to the next one. Alright, my second main stand, Scary Monsters. I know how to make this work. Maybe it's S tier if you know how to make it work. This stand is crazy, bro. It is unusable with a spec, but bro, it got nerfed so many times and it still finds its way into the A tier, bro. It is such a good stand. I think this stand is very amazing. It's only relevant again when if you're using no spec, maybe like boxing with for the resistance. And basically it's just spam. You just cycle between two of your move sets, and you have Dino Minions, Dino Dash as a free damage move. You have Fossilization that comes out instantly and has a very weird hitbox. I'm not gonna mention the bug abuse. Yeah, you can bug abuse in full form. You know, like that one guy. Nobody likes him, bro. But we don't count any bugs or anything. So I think even with the bug abuse, it's probably S tier. But if you're using it like me, like, you know, a normal guy here, normal YBA player, then it's A tier. It's really good. It doesn't take too much skill. Definitely give it a shot. I also decided to put King Crimson into the A tier, but I think I might actually switch it to the S tier because this stand is insane. It is just insane. I'm gonna leave it right now in the A tier. I don't think I have to explain. 20-second cooldown on counter. Who thought that was a good idea? Anyways, 12, A tier as well. Infinite spam. You have revolver. You have knives. I'm pretty sure the knives actually have stun on this stand. It is insane. You also have a one-shot combo with Caesar Hamon, which I made a video on a long time ago. I actually don't know if it was if it was before these balance changes. I don't even know. It is just a good stand overall. Very good for running, very good for zoning, very good for everything. Just an all-rounder. Now let's end off the video with the absolute meta mancers, the best of the best in the meta, the ones that you usually see in ranked every time. I think we can start off with SPTV. It is S minus, A plus, somewhere here. I think KC and SPTV are both S tier, but I just don't want to have too many stands in the S tier. So you know what? Here, this is how I'm gonna do it. Let's say this right here is like S minus. All right. Yeah, this stand is so overpowered. The Awakening is genuinely, it is like actual 2021 YBA level of overpowered. It is so broken. I think Awakenings in general should just get removed from the game and made into like a rage mode. It is so overpowered. It is actually, people that play this shit are out of their minds, bro. It is basically unbeatable in the right hands. Next up, Seamoon. It is so overpowered. What can I say, bro? Like the counter has like a, I would say like I'm pretty sure it has like a 27-second cooldown. It gives you a free combo that shortens it by like another 10 seconds. And then all of your other moves, like Uppercut to the Moon, is a guaranteed block break every time. I know this is a move that is supposed to be cancelable and that is supposed to be parryable, but every single time it has such a short wind up that you cannot even cancel it or parry it. Meaning, if let's say your opponent does a barrage 2M once and then does a little like a dash maneuver with a flick, with like a camera flick plus Uppercut to the Moon, it is a guaranteed block break or just a start of a combo every time. It is so annoying to fight this. I personally don't struggle versus Seamoon. I know how to counter this shit. Also, another secret that I don't want to reveal to the public, but I just have to. I'm pretty sure this tech is also getting removed next update. Barrage confirms service inversion punch. That's all you have to know. Anyways, I think we can put STV into the S tier as well. I know people. You know, people say it is a bad stand because it's bipolar, because it's like every move is blockable, therefore you have overpowered moves, overpowered combos. I think it's S tier. If you know how to combine good movement plus your invisible M1s with like it has like the weirdest M1 animations and M1 speeds in the game, and then timing your stand combo perfectly, all of that. I guess it takes a little bit of skill. Then you can make the stand overpowered, bro. People don't know the potential, and you know what? As long as it has a one-shot combo with Vamp, it is a deserved S tier. It is absolutely brain dead. You go watch my video on it. The one-shot combo still exists. You know, there's people saying that STV is the worst stand in the game back when it got released. So I don't even know what to say. Anyways, let's continue with 12. I think it's the best stand in the game. I changed my mind from GR. Right now it counters everything. You cannot beat it. You just cannot. I don't think I have to say. I don't think I have to say anything to all of these stands here that are going to be put into the S tier. They are self-explanatory. Everything over here is basically unbeatable, but this right here is as close as you'll come to being unbeatable, immortal. So yeah. Next up, SP, most infamous stand in YBA. SP Box, most infamous combo. I think we all know and hate it. It absolutely takes zero skill. Platinum Slam, such an overpowered move. Starfinger, such an overpowered move. The bugged Rage Mode right now, so overpowered. Kick Barrage, so overpowered. You have Time Skip Bug Abuse, so overpowered. Yeah, not much to say. Absolutely brain dead, and you should feel ashamed if you play this stun. I'm not gonna lie. That's why there's like 90% of ranked is just SP Box. Next up, yep, KCR, of course. Beach Boy, this is a pretty hot take. Maybe it's even A tier, but I think in the right hands it's unbeatable. You have insanely strong moves, but here's where the funny part comes. This stand is actually gets hard countered by like something like White Album or maybe even Six Pistols. So you can see that some of these other stands can actually counter or okay semi-counter the S tier. I'm not gonna get into that. Yeah, this stand is overpowered. I made a video on it. It deserves an emergency nerf. It deserved a nerf such a long time ago. But yeah. Anyways, I don't know what to say. Made in Heaven, as someone who is fucking cracked at this stand and knows how to actually abuse this to the fullest. This stand is basically just kind of like TWO, unbeatable as well. Who thought it was a good idea to make Time Excel uncancelable, to allow you to pose during Time Excel, to allow you to have TP dashes upwards during double Excel, and your fucking infinite speed being unparryable, your universe reset glitching your opponents in most cases, giving all of your health back, just running infinitely. Made in Heaven is like the fucking embodiment of a comp player. It's just zero skill, only run. Maybe, I mean, look, let me dial down a little bit. It's maybe not like zero skill. It does take some skill, okay? Everything in this game takes some skill. Some things less, some things more. But this stand is like, I guess, not really too much skill. It's so yeah. RHCPAU, what can I say, bro? Please nerf this shit. Weather report. By the way, you can kiss the stand goodbye. It's getting nerfed very hard next update. It's gonna probably be A tier, maybe B tier next update. It is unbeatable as well. GR, best stand in the whole game, unbeatable. What can I say? And SCR as well with Caesar Hamon. It gets countered by GR, that's the funny thing. But yeah, it's also in the right hands, unbeatable. Yeah, that's the whole tier list. Yet again, leave your ideas down below and your opinions, but please keep it respectful, alright, bro? I know that this shit is gonna make people mad, that like that want to see, I don't know, Mr. President get nerfed, or something, or like disagree with me. You know, it's fine if you disagree, but please like deliver your idea in a respectful manner. All right. So yeah, this is the best tier list you could probably ever find for ranked 1v1s, high elo, not like unranked 1v1s, where there's like prestige to players running some fucking Herf and green plug build, bro. You know what I mean? Leave your video ideas down below in the comments, like and subscribe, join my Discord, join my gang, and yeah, see you in the next video. Goodbye.